The Sorento has two engines, a 2.4-liter petrol, 175 horsepower, and a 2.2-liter diesel, 197 horsepower. Engines are combined with 6-speed, mechanics, or automatic. During the operation of the all-terrain vehicle, power units show themselves only on the positive side. Few minor annoyances. So in severe frosts on several cars with a gasoline engine and a mileage of more than 40,000 kilometers, the crankshaft oil seal leaked. Also, a gasoline engine is quite sensitive to fuel quality, which is almost immediately indicated by the illuminated check engine icon. The diesel unit pleases its owners with a winter start. Only a few were not lucky, and the engine started with great difficulty. The reason for this was the failed microprocessor of the controller for the operation of glow plugs. Some faced a problem: a stalling engine with a remainder of fuel in the tank for 60 to 70 kilometers of the way according to the onboard computer. The problem is related to a failed fuel transfer pump in the tank. Owners of gasoline Kia Sorento 2 with automatic transmission often complain about increased vibration in the cabin when stopping if the selector is left in the D position. Particularly desperate resorted to the services of a car service to replace the engine and gearbox pillows, but did not achieve a positive result. This is the nature of the design. Owners of diesel Sorentos with an automatic sometimes note the appearance of jolts at the time of switching the box during acceleration. These phenomena are not constant, and errors do not occur. Many on the Sorento with an automatic, when driving in a traffic jam, pick up loud clicks in the area of /U200B/U200B gear lever. This is how the lockout solenoid works. Clicks begin to be clearly heard with a run of more than 10 to 15,000 kilometers. Not all dealers recognize this behavior of the box as a warranty case. And if they agree with the presence of a defect, then they replace the gear selector. The suspension of an expensive large crossover disappoints with its fragility. In cold weather, stabilizer bushings often creak. With a run of more than 30 to 50,000 kilometers, the rear stabilizer bushings begin to creak more often. The front bushings are handed over later, with a run of more than 50 to 80,000 kilometers. The front stabilizer struts go a little less, starting to knock with a run of more than 30 to 60,000 kilometers. Front shock absorbers can already leak at a run of 30 to 60,000 kilometers. Although in the first copies of the Kia Sorento 2 they survived to 100 to 140,000 kilometers without any problems. Approximately to the same run, many were lucky enough to change the thrust bearings of the front struts. The rear wheel bearing can hum with a run of more than 50 to 80,000 kilometers. It changes only in assembly with the hub. A knock on the steering wheel may appear already at a run of just over 10,000 kilometers. Its source is the steering rack. The right tie rod is knocking due to the play of the rack bushing, a design miscalculation. Replacing the steering rack with a new one by the dealer saves you from it for a while. Soon after the next 10,000 kilometers, the knock appears again. Less often, the steering cardan becomes the cause of the knock. The front brake pads roll back 40 to 70,000 kilometers, brake disc 70 to 90,000 kilometers. When replacing the pads, it is necessary to carefully inspect the brake hoses. There are several cases of swelling with a run of more than 40,000 kilometers. Body iron and its elements are sometimes upsetting, so the paint on the body and bumper is easily scratched. But this is true of all modern cars. Chrome-plated body elements do not resist aggressive external environment well, starting to darken or even swell after the second winter. In winter, the plastic fender liner in front of the front wheel often breaks off. The rear tailgate may bloom around the edges after wintering. The license plate on the door often strums when closing or driving on a rough road. The reason is the fastening points of the license plate frame located close to each other. On some instances, over time, the back door begins to cling to the painted plastic bumper lining. It is impossible to correct the situation by adjusting the position of the rear door. It is not adjustable. The bumper needs to be adjusted. The windshield does not hold a blow. Well, chips appear rather quickly, then growing into cracks. The cause of glass cracking can also be a failed electric heating of the wiper zone. Many complain of a whistle over the left ear when driving on the road at high speed. The culprit is the driver's door top corner seal. The rear doors may rattle when driving over bumps. The reason is door seals and locks. Salon Kia Sorento 2 often creaks, especially in winter, until the plastic warms up. As a rule, the plastic lining of the windshield pillars and the junction of the central tunnel with the front panel creak. Power driver seat backlash is a common occurrence. It appears after 20,000 kilometers, and sometimes on completely new cars. Official dealers often refer to the design feature of such a chair, and they refuse to change it. If the sled is replaced, the problem soon reappears. The manufacturer still has not found a solution to the problem, or maybe not looking. Some complain about the play of the back of the rear seat, rattling on bumps. The plastic steering wheel pad for aluminum often peels off after 2 years of car operation. The headrest of the front passenger seat of the active type also often pesters with squeaks. Extraneous sounds are emitted by a movable plastic plate that controls the spring, and a spring located inside the headrest structure. On cars of 2009 to 2010, the decorative lighting of the front and rear doors may stop lighting up. Official Kia dealers conducted a recall campaign to replace the problematic wiring of the Kia Sorento door lighting. With a run of more than 20 to 25,000 kilometers, the heater fan may whistle. The noise is made by the motor bearing, due to the small amount of lubricant. But relubrication does not help for long. The bearings will need to be replaced. There are cases of complete dying of the fan after a long squeak. Electrical is usually not a problem. About the possible incorrect operation of the central lock in cold weather, Kia prudently unsubscribed in the Kia Sorento 2 instruction manual. There are glitches with the radio that refuses to read flash drives with music. More complex cases, hung radio tape recorders, are treated by flashing the head unit. No worries, noticing that the right power mirror folds faster than the left. This is one of the features of the Kia Sorento. The blinking of the dipped beam is also found on the Sorento. The reason is bad contact of the chip. And the owners of xenon headlights sometimes complain about the shaking light.